Alright guys, my first match in my own Monocolor tournament, green against white. Let's get it on! Here is my first tournament battle for my Monocolor tournament. I am green, my opponent, the Prince of Summoning, is white. So he leads with a Regigigas, I lead with a Bronzong, and he goes for the Zen headbutt here. Don't really know why, but he gets the flinch, so that's not so bad for him. He burns this turn off his slow start. But he actually switches. He actually goes into Togekiss, and I go for Hypnosis. So his Togekiss falls asleep, and that's not really too good for him. I'm just going to now set up some Stealth Rocks and a Reflect. I know Togekiss is primarily special, but the Reflect might come in handy later. So I now go on to Tyranitar, who of course has Stone Edge, which can take care of this thing. So I know I have to live a hit anyway, in order to, kill this thing, because Togekiss should be faster right now. So I go for a Dragon Dance, so after one Dragon Dance, I should be faster than Togekiss and can KO with Stone Edge. And he doesn't wake up, which is good for me, bad for him. That was nearly max turns of sleep. He really got unlucky there. But I just go for Stone Edge, and that kills Togekiss, and I'm off to an early lead, so that's not so bad. So he goes out into Regigigas again, and I'm just going to taunt it because I know Regigigas can use some pretty annoying attacks like Thunder Wave and such, but he's just going to go for the Avalanche, but because I didn't attack him and because my Reflect was up, it doesn't do a whole lot. But now my Reflect goes down, so I kind of have to kill this thing as fast as I can. I don't want this thing slow start to wear off. He goes for an Earthquake, which still won't do a lot of damage because of slow start still in effect, but it does an uncomfortable amount of damage to Tyranitar. But it does less than half, so I'm okay with that. And he's almost dead. I'm just going to go for an Earthquake to finish him off. So his Regigigas goes down. So, next in line, what does he send out next? I don't remember. So, he goes out into a Gallade, and obviously I have to switch against this thing. I don't want to stay in and take a close combat and risk not killing him with my attack. So I go out into Celebi because I'm pretty sure he's going to close combat, and Celebi is part Psychic, so that's a pretty good switch for me. I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed, maybe on the switch if he decides to switch. He probably will. I don't see any leftovers or Life Orb on that thing, so he's probably choiced in some way. Right now I'm thinking Banded, but I'm not quite sure. So I go for the Leech Seed, and that will hit the incoming Frostlass, and that's not such a bad thing, because after Stealth Rock, Sandstorm, and now Leech Seed, yeah, that Frostlass is going to be taking some outrageous damage per turn. He goes for an Ice Beam, but I predict that Ice Beam and go into Bronzong, and unfortunately for him, he is locked into Ice Beam. I guess it's a Choice Scarf or a Choice Specs, I'm not sure, because he is locked into Ice Beam because he just keeps going for it. I guess hoping for the freeze or something. And he could try switching out there, but with the Stealth Rocks and the Sandstorm up, he really wouldn't have gotten another turn anyway, which kind of sucks for him. So now he goes out back into Gallade, and here he's actually going to make a really, really good play. So he does make... Oh, no, sorry. What am I thinking? He goes out into Gardevoir here. I'm sorry. I completely forgot about this. So he goes out into Gardevoir and then Focus Blasts me, which is going to do an uncomfortable amount, but not too much. I go for the Hypnosis because I killed a sleeping Pokemon already. So that means I can legally put someone else to sleep, so I'm just going to try for it again since I missed the first time. He's going to go for another Focus Blast. It does hit and do considerable damage to Bronzong. However, I do get that Hypnosis, which was nice. And now I'm just going to go for the Gyro Ball to try to wither this Gardevoir down a little. So he's still sleeping. I go for the Gyro Ball, and because Gardevoir is kind of fast, it does decent damage, and one more Sandstorm hit's going to kill it. I think I just try to finish him off with the Gyro Ball here. And he actually just wakes up, Focus Blast, but then misses, so it doesn't really matter. If that Focus Blast would have hit, I don't think it would have killed me, but it would have left my Bronzong in pretty weak health. So he goes back into Lancelot, his Gallade, and here's where he makes a good play. He predicts the switch into Celebi like a pro and goes X-Scissor, and I was completely not expecting that X-Scissor. That really hurt. Surprisingly, my Celebi lived it, but here's where I found out that it is Scarfed. I was going to try to hit it with a Psychic, because that would have at least done a lot of damage to Gallade. Well, not a lot, but some damage. But he actually just finished me off with X-Scissor. So here I know he Scarfed because my Celebi should be outspeeding Gallade's, but now I know it's Scarfed. So I go into my Scarf Flygon, and I'm just going to go U-turn to see what he does. He ends up going into a Zangoose, And I get the U-turn off on that, and I actually do considerable damage. I was surprised by how much damage I did. So I go out and do Bronzong, and basically because I can try to intercept the Reflect. No, I think I just kill it. Yeah, so he goes close combat, doesn't really do a whole lot, and now he's going to go. I'm just going to go for the Gyre Ball and kill his Zangoose. And his last Pokemon is a Scarfed Gallade, so I decide just to stay in with Bronzong and see what he does, see if I can possibly set up a Reflect if he ever predicts or something. But he doesn't, he just goes for the close combat. Gallade is strong enough to kill the Bronzong at this point. But I know he's locked into it, and I really have a Pokemon that can take a close combat like a champ, and that Pokemon is Yanmega. So Yanmega's going to X4 resist the fighting move. I'm just going to protect, actually, get a speed boost here so I'm faster, and then just kill him with an Air Slash. So good game, Prince of the Summoning. Sorry it didn't go your way. But that's the way it goes sometimes. I advance to the second round, and that should be interesting. I hope I'll do well in my own tournament. But, yeah, good game. Sorry you couldn't advance, and see you guys again next time. Rate, comment, subscribe. Bye. Alright, Prince of Summoning, thanks for playing, but you're unfortunately eliminated. So, thanks for battling. Alright, guys, so today's question of the day is, do you prefer video games or tabletop games? My opponent is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh player. He says he's very good at it, so I decided to do this kind of question of the day. As for me, contrary to what you might believe, I actually take tabletop gaming. I am a competitive Star Wars miniatures player. I really love that game. It involves a lot of strategy, and I really enjoy the social interaction of tabletop games, whether it be Star Wars miniatures, a board game. I also play Dungeons and Dragons, so I really, really enjoy the tabletop gaming experience. I know a lot of people don't agree with me there. This generation has began to love video games. I love video games too, but there's always some room for tabletop gaming in my opinion, so leave a comment about whether you prefer video games or tabletop games and why. And I'll see you guys again next time. Alright, bye.